Hi everyone, this is Cheryl and welcome to my sewing room. I'm going to demonstrate how to make this really easy fleece blanket, and I'll show you a really simple method for putting on this fringe that's made out of yarn. So let's get started. I'm making a lap throw size blanket, and I bought about 1.5 yards, and that covers me really well when I'm sitting in a chair. And I'm 5'1", so if you're making a little lap throw for someone who's really tall, you may want to add a little more fabric into it. So the first thing you want to do is fold your fabric with the selvage edges together up here. And the first step is to place the edge of your ruler up here on the folded edge of your fabric, and then cut this side off, all right? And then you would go to the other end and cut that side off and make sure it's all as straight as you can get. This kind of stretches a little bit, so you're never going to get it really perfect. Then line it up with the edge of your ruler on this edge of your fabric and trim your selvage edges off. Still keep your fabric folded, and then you're going to round these corners. And so take something that you can mark with, or if you're really brave and you know you can cut a pretty good curve, then you would go ahead and then cut your corners round. And when you're done, they should look like this. You can either do a hand basting stitch around the corner or a machine basting stitch. And the reason we're doing that is so that if we slightly gather it, it helps to fold over and helps to form a nice little hem. So just pull on your top thread and you just push against the fabric. Hold the thread with one hand and go over to the other end and do the same thing. Hold the thread and gather it up. And then when you've got it to where it just lays there nice, curved and flat, then you know you did it right. So do that at all 4 corners. The next step is to do a very narrow hem. And you're only going to fold the fabric over once, and you're going to make it very narrow. No more than 1/2 inch. I would try to stay as close to 1/4 inch as possible. You can either do a zigzag stitch, let me turn this up a little more, just your basic zigzag stitch, or the one that I'm using is this. So here's the folded edge, here's the edge of the fold, the raw edge right here. So as you're stitching, no matter if you're doing this one or this one, you want to stitch on top and let it overlap the raw edge and then catch this fabric back here. So you want to stay fairly close. Same thing with your zigzag stitch. You want to do the same thing. So let me show you mine. I don't know how well you can see it. I'm trying to find a piece because mine is fairly dark fabric. So there it is, right there. You see what I did? So that's what you want to do. And here's the corner. The corners lay really nice because you did that basted gathering stitch. After you're done going around your corners, make sure you pull these basting threads out, especially if you used a different color. And one of the main reasons why I selected these stitches is that fleece stretches. It has a little bit of give to it. If you used a regular straight stitch along here, you might get some puckering, and you don't want that. So a zigzag stitch and this other stitch, they're designed to work with stretchy fabrics. To put the fringe on, you're going to need a paper clip, and just open the paper clip up so that it looks like this. Cut your yarn into 18-inch long pieces. And you're going to need a lot of them. So I bought my yarn at Walmart, and I bought one of those jumbo value packs. You can make a lot of these fleece blankets out of just that one jumbo pack. For this next step, you're going to either need some really sharp small scissors. Make sure the points are really sharp. Or you can use these rag quilt cutting shears. These I would never give to a child because they are extremely sharp. I'm using this because my little small scissors just weren't sharp enough. They need to be sharpened up. So I'm going to use these. Take your yarn and fold it in half like this. Then fold it again. Okay, so let me turn it like this. So here's your two ends that are cut, and you're going to be putting this fold here on the paper clip so that it looks like that. So now I'm going to show you how to put it on the blanket. I'm putting my yarn on every inch to inch and a quarter apart. I tried 1.5 inches and it just looked too far apart. 1 inch looks better. So either take your scissors or your rag quilt shears and you're going to go right above your stitch line that's holding your hem in and cut a very tiny hole. I mean tiny, because this stretches and this super tiny hole is still going to be able to handle all that yarn. So take your paper clip and go underneath, and let me find my hole again because it's really small. So there it is. So push that hook all the way through. Then take your yarn. Remember how I said take the middle, this fold up here, and put it on your hook. Now you want to make sure that your length of your cut ends and your folded in are near to the same size. Then pull this through. Take the yarn off the hook. Reach underneath with your finger and thumb so that it's over your finger and thumb. Grab the other end of the yarn so that it looks like this and pull it through tight. You can either cut these as you go or wait to the end and then cut them all the same length. But what's going to happen is that you will have this loop gone, okay, and you'll be cutting these the same length. So you just keep going all the way around. A suggestion is that if you want to get your kids involved, they can help you by putting the yarn on. You can cut the holes for them, and remember, make your holes small, and have them help you put the yarn on, or your grandchildren, whatever your situation is. This was a real fun project and so easy to do. I wound up cutting my fringe down to a length of about 3 inches. I just laid it out on the table, put a ruler over the top of the fringe, a rotary cutting ruler, took my rotary cutter and cut it down to 3 inches. So it was all in one great big long cut. A suggestion for those of you who do a lot of knitting and crocheting and you've got leftover yarn from a variety of projects, you can put different colors mixed together in your fringe and it'll make it look even more interesting and more colorful. If you're interested in seeing other fleece project videos, play this video to the end where you'll see a green screen and then click on the links. If you like this video, would you please click on thumbs up And don't forget to click on that share button to share it with your friends. And if you haven't subscribed yet, go to that button in the lower right-hand corner of your screen. Don't forget to enter your email address and click on the little bell so you receive email notifications to your phone. I'm Cheryl, this is Manny. See you next time, and happy sewing!